Welcome to the Jeddah Corniche, one of the fastest circuits on the calendar. But let's see who will be fastest of them all. We're about to set the grid for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yes, it's qualifying.
Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check. Yeah, I did a lot of mistakes in this lap.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. We've got fast sweeping corners under the lights and 20 racers all ready to write their name into the quickly growing history of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Pierce, Behrman, Paul Aron and Webber, Antonelli, Leclerc, Martins and Felipe Massa. For sure, Hadja, David Coulthard and Sonoda, Norris, Tremnitz, Taylor Barnard and Alex Albon. Crawford, Stroll, Tanitsa and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there, you know, there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Thank you, Toto.
Here's the checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
From lights out to the checkered flag, this is what they're racing for. It's points and a trip to the podium. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Hey, Chief, just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to fall behind our rivals, and we haven't got anything in the pipeline at the moment. Thanks.
Okay, boss. Advanced talks have gone well, I must say. We're now at the stage where we can meet face-to-face again with them if you'd like. The agenda today will be trying to reduce some of their expectations to get a better deal for us. And, of course, we can always delay. Getting close to an alignment with their side now. There's still a long way to go, and obviously, before we sign anything, we need to iron out the details.
Hi. Notice we've got some spare cash reserves. Obviously, I know you've got other priorities, but don't forget you can upgrade the corporate facility whenever.
Okay, I'll be honest. These talks have been pretty painstaking, but we're making excellent progress. There are a few details to iron out, so when you're ready, start the meeting and we'll try to smooth over any final issues ahead of a potential deal. Hey boss, have you got a moment to look at something?
Hey, Chief, just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to fall behind our rivals, and we haven't got anything in the pipeline at the moment. Thanks.
Hey, just a quick one. If you've got some cash kicking around, why not invest in the corporate facility? We can always use more resource, and we can be helpful in hitting your goals. Cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here in Canada at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to come out fastest of all in the next hour? Yes, it's time for qualifying.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Copy that, same for me.
Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are, okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:09.5. Piastri, Norris, Russell, Behrman and Tsunoda. You're in first position, front of the pack. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:09.2. And we're in front of Piastri, Norris and Russell.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to the variant of this track back in 1978, and it was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Ollie Behrman, and Aaron, Tsunoda, Crawford, Coulthard, Pierce, Hadja, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, and Martins. For sure, Webber, Taylor Barnard, and David Tanitsa. Massa, Albon, Tremnitz, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. What a track this is, and what a challenge for the drivers this week.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Copy that.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap. Okay, we had an issue attaching the left rear wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. That's Isaac ahead now. And the time last lap, 1 minute 14.1. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 3.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. We think they've got one more stop. Okay, Isaac's coming in for his stop now. Okay, we've got 12 laps of fuel remaining. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 21.2 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 11th. Time last lap, 1:15.2. The underbody's taken a little damage, just watch out for it. As things stand, we're going to be leading the championship. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 13.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. And the time last lap, 1:13.6. Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment, just be careful. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Yellow flag. Okay, clear. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Thanks everyone. It was a good weekend. Thank you everyone.
And it's victory for Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli. What a win!
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One. And for our lucky three today, here's the podium waiting for them. A young man with a big future, today's a winner. Well done, Kimi Antonelli. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
We got the outcome we were hoping for, boss.
Notice that it's been a while since we've had any upgrades to our facility. Don't forget, there's always things to improve.
High up in the mountains, here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Recheck.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Have you got a moment? Need your input.
Boss, notice that we've got some cash not currently invested.